By now it's clear, whistleblowers like Julian Assange and Edward Snowden threaten the United States, but perhaps not in the way we have been told. The United States government maintains that leaking classified information threatens national security, yet failed to mention how much information has been withheld from the public under the guise of preserving that security. This is why people like Julian Assange and Edward Snowden are heroes. It is becoming increasingly apparent that many of these information leaks do not threaten national security, but rather expose the corruption lying at the heart of U.S. politics. Assange has been releasing a number of previously classified documents about Hillary Clinton, putting a major damper on her campaign and exposing millions of people to information they would not have seen otherwise. Although there has been little mainstream media coverage of these revelations from Assange, the fact remains he has shared much that the public needs and deserves to know. Leaks expose Hillary's campaign. Did you hear about the documents released pertaining to the DNC exposing Hillary Clinton's rigged campaign? Or the thousands of emails that were released pertaining to the Iraq War? What about the emails exposing the real reason for the invasion of Libya? This newest WikiLeaks shows how Obama and his team, along with other international heads of state, were pressuring Clinton's State Department to cut off Assange's delivery of the classified documents, and, if that effort failed, to forge a strategy to minimize the administration's public embarrassment over the contents of the cables. Thus Clinton met with other state officials to suggest ways to stop, slow or spin the WikiLeaks contamination. Then, the document goes on to say, "Can't we just drone this guy?" WikiLeaks recently pinned it to the top of their Twitter feed. After Clinton's drone suggestion, the State Department considered offering a reward to anyone whose help secured the Australian journalist's capture and extradition to the U.S. Unnamed sources reported a $10 million price was discussed at the meeting. Following the meeting, Clinton aide Anne-Marie Slaughter emailed Clinton and aides Cheryl Mills, Huma Abedin and Jake Sullivan with the subject, "Re an SP memo on possible legal and non-legal strategies re WikiLeaks." The email contained an attachment SP WikiLeaks Doc Final 11.23.10.docs, which has not been found by federal investigators investigating Clinton's use of a private email server. WikiLeaks itself does not have this attachment. 5 days after the meeting, WikiLeaks began releasing the Cablegate files, on November 28, 2010. Why this matters? Not long ago, Edward Snowden leaked the first ever public disclosure of secret black budget programs, essentially exposing the secrecy that dominates the United States government and its politics. Whether the drone attack was proposed in jest or not is unclear, but her team did discuss legal and non-legal means of dealing with WikiLeaks, meaning they were trying anything they could to silence the organization. These are people we are electing as our leaders, people who hold some of the most powerful positions on the planet. Why are we continuing to follow along and praise these leaders despite how many of their lies and terrible deeds have been exposed? How is the establishment even taking these individuals seriously given their history? Perhaps something bigger is at play here. The sheer obviousness of corruption and the lack of integrity in our systems is helping to awaken the masses. It's helping us to see what's really going on so change can take place. I think this is why elite people and organizations are trying to silence figures like Edward Snowden and Julian Assange. They threaten to open the eyes and minds of the masses, exposing Western politics and all that goes with it for what it is, a cesspool of corruption controlled by the big banks and corporations, Hillary's main sponsors. WikiLeaks has been exposing the criminal, unethical, and immoral behavior of Hillary Clinton, or those who puppet her, for a long time, and so have others that come from the field. For example, here is a list of 10 presidents and politicians, out of many, who told us that a secret government controls the world. With so much exposed already, why do we continue to follow, allow, and accept these people to be our leaders? Think about it. Finally, this isn't about Trump versus Clinton, that is merely the illusion we are being invited into believing. This is about awakening to the fact that our system is absurd and it's time to do something different. What is the answer? That is what we must discuss instead of playing this broken political game of dividing and choosing who to vote for.